Okay, so let's take the overview of our experiment and the equipment we are using here. First of all, there is a three-phase power supply. This is IT6017. Turn on and off and everything. I will explain it to you. There is a double voltmeter set 6042, double frequency meter set 6041. Synchronization indicator, as you can see that there are multiple bulbs over here, input and output, or basically two inputs here. Then there is a electronic tachometer. Then we have a power circuit breaker, a DC variable power supply for excitation, a moving coil ammeter, and also on the left bottom, if I can just turn it here, your supply here, just give me a minute. Okay, so just I changed the angle of the camera, and this is the basically the DC variable power supply, and here you can see that this is a DC motor, and along with this DC motor on your right you have a three-phase synchronous generator on an alternator. So let's see all these equipment one by one and their connections. Okay, so first of all we have a three-phase power supply. You can turn it on from here. You see that this is the three-phase power supply. It also has an interface over here. You can check this is the voltage and then the currents, everything. You can look at it. You see single phase voltage is here, phase voltages. Turn on and off like this. This is the Schneider breaker here, and this is the timing, again the protection. So you have to first of all, again you have to turn it like on from here. So this is now the connection, three phases are on, and then you have to turn this one on. Okay, so and then here when you click here, so now your supply is on. So this is the three-phase supply, and you can simply take a three-phase output from L1, L2, L3 and a neutral. So it's a fixed power supply, a three-phase power supply. Okay, so next I have set my camera to multiple of these modules here. So first of all we have a power breaker, like this is a power circuit breaker, a PLC is installed, three inputs, like this is the input, L1, L2, L3 and a neutral, and then this is another input, like two, you can synchronize two inputs over here, and then this is the relay to turn it on and off, and this is the on and this will be off. Okay, so this is a normally off, and then you can turn it on. A moving coil voltmeter, we won't be using it, we don't require it here. Then you have a DC power supply, and this will be used for the excitation. Again there are two terminals over here, one is for you can say that this is for positive and this is the negative, and you can simply turn it on from here. You can change the voltage. This is the course voltage, like you can vary it from 0 to 30, and then this is the current when the load is connected, so the current will be flowing from this circuit. Then you have a moving coil ammeter. I will just change the camera angle a bit so you can see it, and this is the moving coil ammeter. Very simple, you just have to connect it in series with your supply, and we will be using it later on in the experiment. Okay, so next we have a double voltmeter, and this is again the voltmeter will be connected in shunt or in parallel with your supply, and this is like the range is from 0 to 500 volts for both of them, and then there is a fuse also installed. Also we have a double frequency meter, so the frequency ranges from 45 to 65, and as you know that for 220 volts we have a 50 hertz frequency system. So one we will be using for the bus bar, and the other one will be used for the generator. Okay, so this is our main trainer. It is main module of our experiment, synchronization indicator. We have three inputs on the left side, and then we have three inputs on the right side as well. So what we will do, as you can see that this is red, so red, the red phase of both the bus bar and the synchronous generator will be connected here, and then the yellow phase and then the blue phase, and normally there is a one one bulb, but here we have two bulbs connected. So this will give us the synchronization indication, and then we also have a tachometer. The tachometer will give us the speed of our alternator. Okay, so this is our variable DC power supply. Very simple, just positive and negative, like two connections over here, start and stop, like turn on and turn off. And then there are multiple protection here. So just turn this one on, and this one is also a current protection. You can turn it on and off here, and then just simply click on start, and you can see there is a voltmeter here, there is an ammeter. So just when you will rotate this regulator clockwise, the voltage will increase, and then you can also decrease the voltage. So it's a variable DC power supply, very useful to turn on the DC motor. Okay guys, so this is the alternator, the three-phase alternator. You can see there's a rating plate over here as well, but that's not that like view is not that good. But here you go, this is the L plus and L2. This is your field excitation, which is connected to the rotor. And then you can see red, yellow and blue phases. Like this is the red winding, this is the yellow, and this is the blue. So this is three-phase winding. You simply have to like this one, you can connect this in common, and then connect it to the neutral, and take out the output here from the armature, or you can simply short these windings, and then you can use these as your output. So this is a three-phase synchronous motor, and you can also use it as a three-phase synchronous generator. Okay, so next this we have a DC motor, simple, a positive and negative, and this will be connected from the positive and negative of our power supply. This is DC variable power supply. Okay, so first of all, what we will do, we will connect our DC motor to this power supply. So connections are very simple. So first of all, connect the negative directly to the motor. So here you go, this is the connection, L minus, and this will be connected to the supply. Next, what we will do, we want to connect this positive to our supply, but we also want to measure the input current. So we will connect it all the way to the ammeter. Mr. Rafi, can you help me? Let's connect it to the lower ammeter. Yes, right color. Oh, good. So what we did, we connected the power supply, or you can say the positive of our variable DC power supply, all the way to the ammeter. And the next connection, again from the ammeter, Mr. Rafi will connect it. From the ammeter, it will be connected to the DC motor. Okay, so now this completes the connection, and you can now turn on the motor. You can now turn on this, and here you go, the motor is working, you see. So this is done. Next we will go towards the connection of the armature and the rotor of the DC, so three-phase generator. Okay, so first of all we will make the connection of our three-phase alternator, and these connections, first of all we will give it excitation current or excitation supply. So it's very simple, just connect the positive, this is the positive, connect it to the ammeter because we want to measure the current, okay, and then connect the ammeter in series with your alternator. So here you go, this is a DC ammeter, remember this is a DC excitation, and it will be connected here. So positive to the ammeter, and from the ammeter all the way to the rotor or field excitation. Next, for the negative, again I'll be using a black wire, and for that, like I need a big, it's a bigger black wire. These are special wires, and you can connect them here, and this will be connected all the way to the negative. So this concludes the field excitation. and we will be using this DC supply. Next, what we have to do, we have to connect these armature connections. You have to make these connections of the armature. So again, it's simple. First of all, just connect these, or you can connect these as well. So we will connecting these as neutral connections. So very simple, just make a common neutral for the star connection. We've also done it in the previous labs. So this is your common neutral, and then this common neutral will go all the way to your power circuit breaker. This is the power circuit breaker. We have connected it here. Next, we have to connect all the three phases to the power circuit breaker. So this is the red phase. We will need a longer wire this time. So I will search for a longer wire, and I'll be connecting it here. So I found one. So this is the red phase. This goes all the way to the power circuit breaker. Then the yellow phase, again looking for a longer wire which can be connected all the way to the power circuit breaker. And okay, thank you Mr. P. Got one. So this is the yellow phase, and this will go all the way to the power circuit breaker. For the blue wires, we don't have the longer blue wires. So what we will do, we will be connecting two blue wires here. So I will connect these two blue wires together, and I will join them, and then it will be connected to the power circuit breaker. So this is connected here. Next, what we have to do is that we have to connect this to our. We will connect this to our synchronization panel, but that will be done later. So for now, we have concluded the connection of the alternator, and let's go towards the connection of the synchronization indicator, and the three-phase power supply. Okay, so now it's time to connect the three-phase power supply to the power circuit breaker and also to the synchronization indicator. So it's very simple. First of all, okay guys, now we will connect this three-phase supply to this power circuit breaker, and three phases and neutral, very simple connections. So first of all, I will connect the neutral here. This is the neutral. Here you go. Red phase. Okay, this is the red phase. Again, the yellow phase. Very simple connections. Just connect the phases to their respective phases on the power circuit breaker. So another connection over here. Okay. So next, what we have to do, we have to connect our power supply to the frequency meter and also to the voltmeter. So it's very simple. So it's like you have to connect two phases to the frequency meter and also to the your voltmeter. Okay. So it's very simple. Just connect this red phase, or you can connect them from here as well, like this. Here, this will be the red phase. This will go to the frequency meter, and then this will be the yellow phase. This will go to the frequency meter, and then again connections will be continued to the voltmeter. Very simple connection. So connect this red phase to the voltmeter here, and sorry. So okay, so connect this yellow phase here. So when you will turn on the supply, it's very sorry. Oh, there must be some disconnection here. Okay, so when you will turn on the supply, you will see the voltage. Oh, sorry, the breaker was on, so that's why the fuses went off. So it's okay, you can just turn on these fuses. Okay, so you saw what happened here, that we didn't turn off this relay. It was on, so that's why due to reverse current our circuit didn't work. So now it's off now, and you can now turn it on. Okay, so now you see the voltage is around 440 and 50 is our frequency. Okay, so we have a good protective circuit over here, so no issues. Next, what we will do, we will connect our generator side all the way to this double frequency meter and the voltmeter. So again, it's going to be the red phase and the yellow phase which we will be connecting. So first of all, we will connect the red phase. So this is the red phase, and it will be connected to the frequency meter, and then this phase will be continued to the voltmeter as well. Okay, and then for the yellow phase, once again we will make the connections. Okay, so for the yellow phase again, here this is the connection from the yellow phase to our frequency meter, and then from the frequency. So this will show you the voltage and frequency of your alternator. So if I turn it on here, can you please turn this on, this power supply. Okay, so this was about the connections, and now next what we will do, we will connect the synchronization indicator with our system. Okay guys, so now what we will do, we will connect the bus bar to the synchronization indicator and also the alternator to the synchronization indicator. So connections are very simple. First of all, I will connect this red phase, and this will be connected to the red phase of the synchronization indicator, and then again the yellow phase. The yellow phase will be connected to the synchronization indicator, the yellow, and then we have the blue phase, and this will be also connected to the indicator. So as you can see, I have connected the three phases which are on the bus bar side, or the three-phase power supply, to the synchronization indicator. Okay, so now the connections are complete, and now for the alternator we are going to connect. You can see that this red phase will be connected to yellow phase. Okay, the yellow phase will be connected to the red phase, and the blue phase will be connected as it is. So this is the configuration for the two bright and one dark method. So as you can see, we have changed the connection. Now the red phase of the alternator is connected to the yellow phase of the bus bar. So this is the connection, and then the yellow phase of the alternator is connected to the red phase of the bus bar. So these two will be equally bright, and the blue phase of the bus bar is connected to the blue phase of the alternator. So this one will be dark, and then we will synchronize both the bus bar and the generator. Okay, so now the connection are complete for the one dark and two bright lamp method, and let's go towards the readings. First of all, we will turn on the supply. Okay, 50 hertz for 20 volts, and then we will turn on our supply. Okay, so you saw that two lamps were equally bright and one lamp was off. So this means that actually the yellow lamp, we didn't change the one here, the connection here. So what happened here is that two lamps were equally bright and one lamp was off. So then now it shows that you can now turn on your synchronization power circuit breaker.